I'll never forget the day I turned a classroom of alien know-it-alls into a bunch of wide-eyed scaredy cats. Name's Jake, just a regular guy from Ohio who ended up teaching Earth Studies at the Galactic Exchange Academy on Zorath Prime. It was my first semester, and I was stuck with a room full of Xeno students, big shots from every corner of the galaxy, all thinking humans were some backwater joke. We were on week 3 covering Earth's wildlife when I decided to shake things up. These kids, some with claws, others with tentacles, loved flexing about their homeworld's toughest critters. One of them, a hulking Krathian named Zorgok, bragged his planet's strongest warrior could crush anything we had. I smirked, leaned back in my chair, and said, "Oh yeah? Bet you've never met our smallest spider." They laughed, loud, grating laughs, thinking I was bluffing. I pulled up a hollow slide of a tiny brown recluse, barely the size of a dime, and let it sink in. Told them one bite from this little guy could drop their mightiest champ in minutes. The room went dead quiet, and I knew I had him hooked. Zorgok wasn't buying it at first. He stood up, all 7 feet of scales and muscle, and snorted. Impossible human. Our warriors shrug off plasma burns. I shrugged, casual as hell, and said, "Cool story, but Venom's a whole different game." These Xenos thought they knew everything, always droning on about their tech and their superior biology. I'd heard it all, how their planets had monsters that'd eat ours for breakfast. So I flipped the slide to show a close-up of the recluse's fangs, tiny but nasty. Told them about the necrosis, how it melts flesh like butter on a skillet. A few gasped, yeah, literal gasps. One squid-faced kid from Talara dropped his datapad, tentacles twitching. I kept going. Back home, we don't even blink at these things, just sweep them out the garage. Zorgok's smug grin faded, and I could see the gears turning behind those yellow eyes. I leaned forward, grinning. "Want to test it? Bring your champ, I'll bring the spider." The class froze, and I swear I heard a pin drop somewhere. They didn't take the dare, not yet, but I'd planted the seed. Next day, word spread around campus like wildfire. Alien profs started side-eyeing me in the halls, whispering about the human's threat. My students showed up antsy, begging for more dirt on Earth's creepy crawlies. I figured, why not? Pulled up pics of black widows, tarantulas, even a wolf spider for kicks. Told them how we've got bugs that'd make their toughest guys cry for mommy. Zorgok, still salty, crossed his arms and said, "Prove it, Earthman. Challenge accepted." I'd stashed a little terrarium in my office. Yeah, I'd brought a brown recluse from home, cleared it with customs and all. Showed it off, tapping the glass while that tiny terror skittered around. The Telleran squid kid scooted his chair back so fast it squeaked. I explained, "One bite, and your warrior's done. Heart racing, lungs seizing, the works." They stared, jaws or whatever they had, hanging open. I was loving every second of this. By week's end, the whole academy was buzzing. Zorgok and his crew demanded a demo, so I said, "Fine, let's roll." We set it up in the biolab. Me, my spider, and their unbeatable Krathian champ, some brute named Gorzod they'd shipped in special. Gorzod strutted in, 8 feet of pure muscle, scales glinting under the lights. The Xenos cheered like it was a damn gladiator match. I just stood there holding my terrarium, cool as a cucumber. Told them, this ain't about size, it's about punch. Released the recluse onto a table, and Gorzod laughed, a deep, rumbling laugh, swatting at it with a claw. Big mistake. That little bugger darted, sank its fangs into his hand, and scampered off. Gorzod smirked. That's it? 5 minutes later, he was staggering, scales turning gray, gasping like a fish out of water. The room went nuts. Xenos screaming, profs rushing in. I crossed my arms and said, "Told you." Gorzod hit the floor out cold, and my spider just chilled. In the corner like a champ. The fallout was insane. Campus security hauled me in, babbling about introducing a bioweapon. I laughed in their faces. It's just a spider, relax. Took 3 hours of arguing, me pointing out Earth's wildlife regs and their own exchange rules, before they let me go. Word hit the galactic news nets. Humans' tiny arachnid fells, Crythian Titan. My inbox blew up. Xeno parents freaking out, demanding I get canned. Didn't faze me. Back in class, my students were different, quiet, respectful, hanging on every word. Zorgok slunk in, head low, and muttered, "How do you live with those things?" I shrugged. "We don't sweat it. Shoes work fine." Showed him a vid of my cousin, smacking a recluse with a flip-flop, and they flinched like I'd pulled a gun. I was starting to think these Xenos weren't as tough as they bragged. Next lecture, I doubled down, pulled up Australia, whole damn continent's a death trap. Showed them funnel web spiders, box jellyfish, even a cassowary for fun. Told them how Aussies just shrug and grill burgers next to stuff that'd wipe out half their planets. A bird-like Xeno from Vaxil chirped, "Why don't you exterminate them?" I grinned. Why bother? Keeps life interesting. They scribbled notes like I'd dropped some cosmic wisdom. Zorgok raised a claw, voice shaky. "So your weakest creatures outmatch our best?" "Nailed it," I said. Explained how evolution on Earth's a brutal game. Survive or get eaten. The Teleran kid piped up, "Your world sounds like a nightmare." I nodded. "Yeah, and we love it." They stared, processing that humans don't just survive, we thrive in the chaos. The Academy brass weren't thrilled. Got called into a meeting with the dean, a floaty blob thing named Xarth. He pulsed red, lecturing me. "You've destabilized student morale, Jake." I shot back. They asked for proof. I delivered. Showed him the lab footage, Gorzod flopping like a ragdoll, and Xarth dimmed, speechless. Said they'd up security, ban, Earth imports. I shrugged. Good luck with that. Bugs sneak in anyway. Walked out smirking, knowing I'd won. Back home, we'd call this Tuesday. Out here, it was a crisis. My students started asking about antidotes, survival tips. Hell, one even wanted to visit Earth. Told them, bring a fly swatter and guts, you'll be fine. They weren't laughing anymore. Respect had replaced the snark. Word kept spreading. Xeno councils debated the Earth threat. My spider stunt turned into a legend. Human wields micro-killer. Gorzod survived, barely. Crythians shipped him back, tail between his legs. Zorgok cornered me later, quiet. "We underestimated you." I nodded. "Happens a lot. Big mistake." Showed the class more Earth gems, scorpions, rattlesnakes, even mosquitoes for kicks. Told them how we slap them dead and keep rolling. A bug-eyed Xeno whispered, "Your planet's a war zone." "Damn right," I said. "And we're the champs." They started seeing humans different, not weaklings, but badasses forged in hell. I leaned into it. That spider? Just a warm-up. Wait till you meet our sharks. Eyes widened. They were hooked, and I was the ringmaster. Campus life shifted hard. Xeno kids stopped trash-talking Earth. Some even asked for spider pics like I was their damn hero. I kept the terrarium on my desk, a little trophy. Xarth tried banning it. I said, "Try me. It's my teaching aid." He backed off. Guess he'd learned too. My lectures turned into a circus. Standing room only. Xenos cramming in to hear about Earth's death beasts. Told them how we BBQ next to alligators, swim with jellyfish, shrug off bites like it's nothing. Zorgok admitted, "Our warriors train for glory. Yours? Survive insanity." "Bingo," I said. "Chaos is our gym." Showed a clip of my uncle wrestling a raccoon for laughs. They gasped like it was a war flick. I was rewriting their whole view of humanity, one crazy story at a time. The galaxy took notice. Xeno media ran wild. Earth's mini-monsters, humble titans. Got fan mail, actual letters, from alien kids wanting Earth tips. Parents still hated me, but students, they were obsessed. Zorgok asked one day, "How do you not fear them?" Told him, fear's overrated. Respect works better. Showed him a vid of me as a kid, poking a recluse nest with a stick. Dumb, sure, but I lived. They scribbled that down like gospel. A Vaxil girl chirped, "You're all unkillable." "Nah," I said, "just too stubborn to die." That hit home. Humans don't win by being strongest, but by being too damn tough to quit. They started calling me Spider-Man. Ironic, but I rolled with it. Teaching got wilder. Xenos begged for field trips. Earth was their holy grail now. I pitched it to Kazarth. Let 'em see for real. They'll toughen up. He pulsed purple, muttering about liability, but I saw him crack. My class became a cult, kids trading Earth bug pics like contraband. Told them about fire ants, how they swarm and sting till you're screaming. Zorgok winced, worse than plasma burns. Yep, I said, and we still picnic around them. Showed a vid of my sister flicking a wasp off her burger. They lost it, like I'd shown magic. I leaned in. That's us. Small stuff takes you down, we just laugh. They got it. Earth's a meat grinder, and we're the grinders. Last week got nuts. Xeno Council sent an envoy, some shiny diplomat, to assess the human issue. Sat in my class, all stiff, while I ranted about ticks, leeches, the whole nasty crew. Told him how we slap mosquitoes mid-bite and keep drinking. Diplomat blinked, think he had eyes, and said, "Your species defies logic." "Damn straight," I replied. "Logic's overrated." Showed the recluse clip again. Gorzod's flop got a laugh this time. Envoy left, muttering about reclassifying Earth. My students cheered, Zorgok included. Told them, that spider's nothing. Wait till they meet our wasps. They begged for more, hooked on humanity's insane edge. I'd turned their fear into awe, and it felt damn good. Here's the kicker, that spider's still with me, chilling in its box. Xenos, call me a legend now. The human who broke us. Campus is split. Half want me gone, half worship me. I keep teaching, dropping truth bombs. Earth's small fry rule, and we rule harder. Last class, Zorgok said, "You've changed us." Good, I said. Now you know who's boss. Showed one more vid, me stomping a roach, no sweat. They clapped. Actual. Applause. If this tale gave you a kick, hit that like. Proves you're tough too. Subscribe for more. I've got a zoo of stories left. Earth's a beast, and I'm its voice. Catch ya.